Hello friends, welcome to the Eager Explorer channel. The second episode of my bike trip to North Sikkim is here. In this episode, we are going to visit the Gurudongmer Lake.
Good morning from Lachen. It is almost 6 a.m. now, and we are about to leave for Gurudongmer Lake. So we wanted to leave a little early because there are, three reasons mainly. So the first reason is it's a long journey to and from Gurudongmer, and it's also a very rough terrain. So keeping some time in hand is always good. The second point is there are several checkposts, like at Thangu, then at the 15,000 feet cafe. So all of these places, there is a fixed time within which you have to arrive. After that, they won't allow you to go to Gurudongmer. So always it's handy to keep some time in hand. So that there is no problem. And the third point is you also want to visit Kalapathor, which will take additional time. So these are the three reasons why we are trying to leave a little early in the morning. So we'll meet you on the way.
We set out from Chaten with the first light of dawn and started riding towards the Gurudongmer Lake through the small but beautiful mountain town of Lachen. Lachen serves as the base for exploring the Gurudongmer Lake and has a lot of options for accommodation. A short distance from this quiet little mountain town, we came across a bridge over the Tista River, and we crossed this bridge and started climbing rapidly towards Thangu, which was the first checkpost. The road was in pretty good shape. It was flanked by the Tista River on one side and alpine vegetation on the other. The early morning ride was truly enjoyable. We reached Thangu without incident and after having our permits inspected, continued on our way to Gurudongmer. By this time, we noticed a drastic change in the scenery. The dense alpine forests of the lower altitudes had been replaced with a barren landscape of the high Himalayas. We soon reached the second checkpost at the 15,000 feet cafe. After having our permits inspected for a second time, we continued on our way to Gurudongmer. We were soon greeted with snow-capped peaks on the horizon, signaling that we were about to reach our destination. This was by far the most beautiful part of the ride to the Gurudongmer Lake. The barren landscape of the high Himalayas had opened up incredible vistas all around us. We rode slowly, trying to soak in this spectacle. It is important to keep in mind that this entire area is very close to the sensitive border with Tibet and as such has a very large number of military outposts. So we had to be extremely careful with our videography. However, we did make several stops along the way and took a lot of photos to remember this beautiful place. After a slightly difficult but truly mesmerizing ride, we finally reached our destination, the second highest lake in India, Gurudongmer.
So right now we are at the famous Gurudongmer Lake. At 16,800 feet, it is the second highest lake of Sikkim. There is another lake which is higher, which is called Solamo, but we can't go there. There is no permission. So
You can see how beautiful the place is. Yeah, the sun is on the background, so there might be some interference, but still you can see how beautiful place, what a beautiful place this is. That's why we are taking so much trouble to get here.
We spent about an hour at Gurudongmer taking photos to our heart's content. As the lake is located nearly 17,000 feet above sea level, the air is thin and there is a serious lack of oxygen in the atmosphere. For these reasons, it is not advisable to spend a very long time there or to engage in strenuous activities. Even though we had spent just an hour at Gurudongmer, we soon started experiencing mild symptoms of altitude sickness. So we decided to skip Kalapathar and instead continue on to our hotel at Chaten. We stopped briefly at Thangu for a quick tea break and then continued on our way. The winding mountain roads made this ride a really memorable experience. However, that great feeling was overshadowed by a concern for our dwindling fuel supply. When we had reached Chaten, we almost had a full tank. By the time we returned from our round trip to Gurudongmer, we only had about 10% of our fuel left. The 8,000 feet climb from Chaten to Gurudongmer had really drained our fuel reserves. So after returning to our hotel, our top priority was to try and locate any and every source of petrol that we could find. Finally, with the help of our host, we were able to locate enough petrol to make it to Lachung the next day. This alleviated our immediate concern about fuel, and we were able to spend the rest of the day recovering and relaxing from the long journey. That's all I have for this episode, friends. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified of future uploads. I will see you next time as we journey from Chaten to Lachung and explore Katao. Until then, goodbye.